SGR has been a fraud of monumental proportions. I'm very familiar with this project called SGR. I initiated that project under the Kibaki regime. We started that project in 2008, and that project was simply a private project. It had no government money, and we wanted to do private investment of a line from Mombasa all the way to Malaba. Simply a private investment, no taxpayers' money. Our costing out of our feasibility study and our technical study came to 55 billion shillings, all the way from Mombasa to Malaba. I suddenly saw somebody parachuting a project that had become government under the Uhuru government of just Mombasa to Naivasha, amounted to 500 billion shillings. So the cost of the project is 500 billion. Chinese Exim Bank, that's the Chinese debt, say we are going to loan the Kenya government a total of 90% of that money. So Kenyans, you must raise 10%. 10% of 500 is 50 billion shillings. So us from our hard-earned taxes must pay 10% before they pay the 90%. So we did an audit of these amounts. Did the Chinese give us all the money that they said? Yes, they did. They gave all the money. It was paid directly to China Road and Bridge Company. So did Kenyans raise the 50 billion, which was 10% of 500, and did they contribute their share of 10%? We did the sums, right? And it's called self-raising finance, SGR grant from the Treasury. So 50 billion was supposed to move from Treasury to Kenya Railways and then to the contractor called China Road and Bridge. So we just did the math. It was not 50 billion that was paid. It was 644 billion shillings. So we paid for it with our own money and even more. And yet we took a loan and we are paying back that loan. China Road and Bridge for the building of SGR from Mombasa to Naivasha was paid a total of almost 1.2 trillion for a project of 500 billion according to the contract documents. So 700 billion above what was required.